Now let's open our Let's Eat project. And we're going to create a new folder or new group. So new group, and give a name to this group called location. What we want to do is we want to show the map with a table view, and on this table view we'll see a list of the cities in the table cell. So we start from a location folder, and under location we're going to create another two group folder called view and model. So we do the same thing here, right under location, new group, view, and same thing, model. And under view, we're going to create a new file and make sure the Cocoa Touch class is selected, and go next, and give a file name called location view controller. Subclass, we choose UI view controller. It's not there. I'm going to select it here. UI view controller. And go next. Create. And next, let's open the storyboard. And we want to go to the very left. I'll make it a little smaller so that I can see everything here. I don't want to touch here. So right here, we click on this button here saying View Controller. And then we're going to open the window here, class window, custom class. And here we want to bind our newly created location view controller class to the view controller on this screen. So here we type in location view controller. So at this moment, the location view controller class that we are creating right here is controlling the view UI view controller of this screen. And next, let's connect the table view to the location view controller, because right now the location view controller has no way of communicating with the table view. So now we want to create a new outlet in location view controller and assign the table view to it. So let's do this here. And I'm opening the assistant window. And right here, I'm opening the table view. And on the assistant window here, make sure I'm opening the location view controller class. And right here, right under the class, we want to set up the connection. So I control drag table view to, I'm sorry, I did it wrong. Control drag table view to this spot. That's how we set up the outlet connection. So now we get this pop-up here saying connection outlet to the location view controller. Give a name. The name we give here is called a table view. And then you do connect. Remember when we did the practice in playground, in order for table view to display data and respond to user interaction, a view controller for table view needs to adopt the table view data source and delegate protocols and implement the required methods. Now we're going to do the same thing in our project here, as a view controller for table view needs to adopt a table view data source and delegate a protocol, as well as implement the required method to allow data display and user interaction. So now we'll connect location view controller to the data source and delegate outlets for the table view, configure attributes for table view cell, and implement the required data source methods. So now let's close the assistant window, and then we bring back the two windows here, and then we'll choose the connection. So I need to make it a little smaller. And bring up the outlet selection here. And now we want to connect the data source to the location view controller. So right here we drag this one data source to the location view controller. Now they're connected. And same thing, I'm going to connect the delegate outlet to the location view controller class right here. So now we have the two connections to the outlets. And then we look at the location cell here. So location cell, and bring up the attribute window here. And the style is basic. Identifier is location cell, and selection was blue, now we change to gray. And accessory, we choose a disclosure indicator. Next, let's open location view controller file here. And then first of all, we're going to delete the comments that are created by the machine at the beginning here. And then we want to instantiate another class, that is UI table view data source. So here, let's do this here, saying UI table view data source. And notice here, immediately we get an error message here. So all we do is we click on fix. So it added two functions for us. And meanwhile, we want, this is the code from the outlet. So we need to remove it. So just highlight all of them, delete. So that's pretty much what we have here with the two functions here. Notice here we get we get two methods, table view, number of row in section, and cell for row at. Remember, that's something we did in playground. We need to tell how many cells to return and where to locate the data source. To undo, I still need that code to delete it here. So okay. What I do is I'm gonna highlight this code here. I do a cut because I need it. Cut, and then what I do is I put it up there. So right here, do a paste. So get this one right here. And here I want to tell how many cells to return. I say 10. And then right here for the second method, table view, UI table view, UI cell for row at index path, I want to add this piece of code right here, saying that cell equals to table view DQ reusable cell with identifier location cell for index path as UI table view. And table view DQ reusable cell with identifier and cell type of text a cell. Right at this moment, we just put a text there, and we're going to change this one to the data that we want to display and return cell. You see, that's what similar to what we did in the playground practice before we get into the section here. We want to show the number of 10 cells in each screen, and then we want to show the text on the table cell. Here we just put a cell as example to show the text property for the table cell's text label. And finally, we return the cell. This is then displayed on the screen. This process is repeated for the number of cells that are given in the first method, that is 10. So we're going to see text cell 10 rows or 10 cells in the table. So let's see how it works. And now you can see that we have location. So we click on location. Now you can see with the location selected here, we have a cell. It's repeated 10 times. That's the data source that we get it from here. At this moment, we have created and configured a location view controller, which acts as the view controller for the data for the table view. Now we need to create a model objects to make the table view display a list of actual address. And remember, we have used the plist to show the information, data information. So we're going to create a plist file to show the address. Before we do that, we want to do a test. So we'll create an array containing the list of cities and configure location view controller to display them. If everything works fine, we're going to put all the cities into the plist file. Means we're going to create a plist to contain all the cities. But at the moment, we want to do a test. If everything works well, we're going to create a plist. So now we're going to hard code the city in the array. So let's do this. So I'm going to create these locations is an array, string array. And I want to test to see if I can see all these cities in the location table cell. After this array is created here, it's ready to use. So right here, I go down to table view method here. I don't want to return 10. I want to return whatever available in my array. So right here, I say return location.count. So I'll check how many elements in my array and return the exact same number of the cells based on the location count. And then after that, right here, I don't return a string. Instead, I want to return the city name. So here I call location array, location dot get an error message here because I add extra dot. I should not have this dot here because array doesn't have dot. So that's what I have here. Now let's see how it works. I'm gonna test to see if I can see all the city names in the table cell. Run it. Now I can see all the array information which is displayed in a table cell successfully. That's good. That's what we want. But right now, we get all information to the array in a code. And the next step is I want to create a plist file and allow you to easily adapt the app so that it can obtain data from the online source if required. Instead of using the current plist, I'm going to create a new plist.